Hey, everybody. This meeting is to discuss benefits for 2024 um, open enrollment 2023 October coming up on the 25th. And so we're just going to discuss a few things regarding open enrollment. So the first part of this is a benefits 101. So it's just kind of insurance, benefits broken down. Then we will talk about the medical plan, dental and vision, life insurance, flexible spending accounts, and then also the employee assistance program. So our benefits 101. We have a number of terms that you hear us talk about, or you may talk about with your doctor, with your spouse, that are utilized when we talk insurance. So, just going to review some of these. The first one is the deductible. So, an annual deductible is the dollar amount that you pay each year prior to insurance kicking in. And when I say kicking in, I mean b- um, before insurance starts paying anything on the plan. So your deductible is a certain dollar amount, $400 could be the deductible, and you may have something that shows a $400 deductible and then also has $800 on there. There's two different deductibles. The $400 one, it's an individual. So that means that no more than that individual deductible will one person meet before insurance starts paying. But then you have a second number. So if you are covering another person or multiple people on your plan, you have that second, which is a family deductible, and everybody in the family combined will not pay more than that second number. So any one individual in the family will pay no more than that individual, but no one in a family total will ever pay more than the family deductible. So you may have two people meet their individual, and that equals the family. You may have everybody meet part of the family deductible. So it's combined all together, but the important thing is that the individual is for one person, nobody ever pays more than that before insurance kicks in. So copays and coinsurance, probably the most common thing we talk about. So copays are that fixed dollar amount. You go to the doctor, you pay a flat amount, your copay, typically at the time of service. Same with prescription drugs. So you have copays for prescription drugs based on what tiers they're in. So that's just that flat dollar amount that you have that you pay when you go in to see a doctor. Coinsurance is the percentage that you pay once the deductible has been met. So after you meet that individual amount, then you have coinsurance of a certain percentage. Typically, 20% is a typical coinsurance. So for our plans, so let's say you have a $500 deductible and you have a $1,500 charge. Let's say you go to the hospital and it's $1,500. So your deductible is 500. You pay that, which means there's 1,000 left on that bill. Because you are now into the co-insurance mode and your co-insurance is 20%, you pay $200 of that additional $1,000. So you pay your deductible and then your coinsurance. Your deductible may be a variety of different things together. It may not be just one procedure or service. It may be lab work. It could all combine to a deductible. It's not necessarily just one thing. So copays and coinsurance. So then you have your out-of-pocket maximum. So out-of-pocket maximum is all of those things combined. So you have your deductible, you have your copays, you have your coinsurance. All of that combines together for that out-of-pocket maximum. Once that is met, then the plan pays 100% of any expenses that are considered covered expenses. Once again, there is a individual out-of-pocket maximum and a family out-of-pocket maximum. So one person pays no more than the individual amount, but a group doesn't pay any more than that family amount. So the out-of-pocket maximum, once that's met, then the plan pays 100%. So then we have your in-network versus out-of-network. So in-network providers are the ones that contract with our insurance provider, so Aetna, and Aetna goes and negotiates rates, so discounted rates for insurance procedures, and those are considered then in-network. Out of network, there's no negotiated rate, negotiated discount. The provider can charge you whatever they want to for that. So always recommend using an in-network provider. Important to keep your costs lower. The other thing to point out is not only do out-of-network providers cost more, you have in-network and out-of-network deductible, coinsurance, copays, out-of-pocket maximum. Those out-of-network expenses are always more than what the in-network are. If you have where you need to find an in-network provider, I would recommend Aetna.com. You can set up a participant portal that allows you to go in and you can look up in-network providers. You can actually look up medication and what tiers they're in. You can view your breakdown of your benefits, so your explanation of benefits, and all of that's available on the Aetna website. So a great resource to use. And finally, then there's premiums. So premiums, those are the funds, the money that's taken from your paycheck, and that's 24 times a year to pay for your medical insurance or your dental, vision, life, all of that. Those are your premiums that you pay. And the premiums did change a little bit this year. Those can be found in the benefit guide that was linked in the email you got, or there's also a direct link to it on the internet. So those premiums are your per paycheck that are listed, and they're taken out pre-tax, so they reduce your taxable income. So that is what you pay. So going on, so there's your benefits 101. So moving on to medical. So our medical, as I said, is through Aetna. We have three different plans. We have a plan for our fire union. We have a plan for the police union. And then we have a plan for all of our other unions bargaining groups, including our excluded or unrepresented. So gonna look at this plan specifically for now, but the others are available online as well. So this plan, for example, has the $400 individual, $800 family, and I'm going to focus in network. There's 20% coinsurance. So once you meet that 400, you go into that 20%. Your out-of-pocket maximum is 2,100 for an individual, 4,200 for a family. So one person for a calendar year won't pay any more than that 2,100, and then family combined would be no more than 4,200. You have copays, your office visits, $25 copay for those visits. Urgent care is $40 copay. You have your inpatient hospital stays, outpatient surgeries. You've got a $100 copay for inpatient and then 20% after deductible. And your outpatient then is also 20% after deductible. Going back up to that routine preventive care, it is really important that you get your preventive exams. Those are covered at 100%. So there is no charge for that. And that would be your annual physical, your blood work, skin screenings, mammograms, colonoscopies. All of those are under that preventive benefit. I do want to tell you with colonoscopies and mammograms, the initial is preventive, but um, if they were to find something that, let's say in a colonoscopy, they needed to remove, they're going to do that at the time of service. And at that point, then the colonoscopy becomes diagnostic, and then it goes toward deductible and coinsurance. So that is your preventive benefits, really important to get those. So then moving on, we have dental and vision. So dental and vision is through Emeritus. Our dental plan for the city, there is a $25 individual deductible, $75 family. There is a maximum benefit per calendar year of $2,000. And then there's an annual orthodontia limit as well of $2,000. So, and that's annual. So with those max benefits, if you have preventive care covered at 100%. So your exams, your cleanings, your x-rays go in twice a year. You can get that. Your x-rays would be done typically once a year and all covered at 100%. Then your basic and major procedures. So cavities, if you have a tooth pulled, root canals, crowns, dentures, implants are all covered at 80%. So you pay 20% after you meet that deductible. And then the orthodontia is child through adult. There's no age limit, and that includes things as regular braces, Invisalign, all of that. That is 50% after you meet the deductible, and it's 50% up to that thousand or 2000, excuse me, dollar annual limit. So every year you have that 2000, and it would be 50% of whatever the orthodontia cost is. So if you have a $4,000 ortho appointment or ortho charge, sorry, there would be 2000 benefit that you would get. If you had $5,000, the annual orthodontia limit is 2000, so half of that at 2500, so you would still owe an additional 500 along with your half of the 2500. So that is a really, really great benefit that we have. Then we talked about the portal on Aetna. So the portal with Aetna, they have one at Emeritus as well. And once again, you can find participating providers. You can print your ID card if you were to misplace. You can order a new ID card. You can view your expenses and the breakdown and what you would owe your provider, what the insurance paid on that. So once again, really great resource. And then the vision plan. So the vision plan is administered by Emeritus, but it is through IMED. And the vision includes a $10 copay for an exam. And vision is a little different insurance wise. Instead of being calendar year, so instead of January through December, the vision is an every 12-month benefit. So if you go June 1st of, let's say next year, then you wouldn't be eligible to utilize the benefit until June 2nd of the following year. So it's every 365 days you can utilize the benefit. So $10 copay for an eye exam. There's no copay for lenses, and it does say covered in full. I will tell you that there's probably no such thing. There is, but a doctor or vision provider typically would not tell you to get a basic polycarbonate lens. All of the things like no lines, scratch resistant, progressives, transitions, all of those will add a cost to your lens at a discounted rate, but it will add a cost. Your frames, so once every 12 months, you have a $100 allowance for frames, and then there's 20% off the balance. Contact lenses is a $115 allowance. There is no copay on that, and then 15% off the balance. And then medically necessary contacts, I will tell you, I'm not sure what constitutes as medically necessary, but if they are covered at 100%. So every 12 months, you do have the option of glasses or contacts. It's either or. Um, if you have any sort of vision, a medical condition with your vision, so cataracts, glaucoma, those sorts of things, that is covered under the medical insurance. So that would not run through the vision. That would be under your Aetna insurance. So as I said, vision is with iMed. And with iMed, they have a variety of in-network providers. So you can go, they've got some pretty common names out there, LensCrafters, Provisions listed, Target Optical. So those will accept the iMed insurance. The other nice option you have is you can buy eyewear online. So you could, there's two websites here. Those are both considered in network with iMed. And so if you order through those websites, the insurance will be applied to your order. If you have specific questions on benefits or the claims, go ahead and you can call iMed directly. If you lose an ID card or you have a question on the network or a bill, that's when you would contact Emeritus. Once again, that emeritus.com portal will give you information on your vision insurance as well, or you can visit the iMed website as well to give you more information. So life insurance plans, the city offers you basic life insurance coverage, paid for at 100%. So even you don't sign up for it, it is yours. If you look, it's based on these benefits um, per class, and so the dollar amounts are there. We do ask that even though you don't have to enroll in it, that you do provide us beneficiaries for that life insurance, and that you can do through Oracle as well. Now, beyond the company or city paid, sorry, you also have the option to elect supplemental life. So your supplemental life coverage, you can elect up to 5 times your annual earnings or 500,000, whichever is less. And if you did not elect supplemental life insurance when you were first eligible, you will have to fill out an evidence of insurability or proof of good health form. So this form would go to the Hartford, and then they would either approve or deny that supplemental life insurance request. Um, if you did have insurance, you enrolled in supplemental life when you first started, you do have the option of increasing your benefit $10,000 each year without having to provide proof of good health. So if you began with that coverage, then you're able to do that additional 10,000, and you can do that up to that guaranteed issue of 250,000. Now, if you have coverage on yourself, you are also able to elect spouse coverage or child coverage, and spouse is maximum of 100,000, but no more than 50% of your own election. Um, and they would be subject to evidence of insurability as well. Children, one thing that's a little bit different this year with child life insurance is in previous years you elected how many children you want covered, the dollar amount. This year we've changed so that it is one flat dollar amount. Every child's covered for $10,000, and it's all of your children. So you could have 2 children, you could have 10 children. They'll all be covered for $10,000 each under that flat amount. So moving on to flexible spending accounts. So one of the things that's changing a little bit is you've probably gotten a lot of information about the short flexible spending period that we had for November and December. With the city moving to a calendar year, so it'll no longer be November 1st through October 31st. It will be January 1st through December 31st. It simplifies things as far as deductibles go, the accounts go. So that's part of the reason we're going to that calendar year. So that being said, we did the small November, December flex period that you would have gotten emails about. But beginning January 1st, you will begin your 2024 flexible spending if you elect to do coverage there. Right now, the limit is the same as it was this year for 2024, $3,050. It is projected that that will move to 3,200, but the IRS has not yet announced that, and sometimes they wait until right at the end of the year to announce. They're been known to announce it beginning of the following year. So if that happens and that is increased, what we will do is reach out to anybody who elected that max dollar amount to see if they want to increase to the new maximum limit. So even if they do change it, you will still have the opportunity to increase to that maximum. Um, it would just be once they announce that, we'll be able to give people that option if you elected the maximum amount. So your flexible spending, you can use it for the list there is a very short list, but all of your medical, dental, vision expenses. You have over the counter, so that would include things like cold medicine, ibuprofen, Band-Aids, and that is for you and any of your dependents that are under the age of 26. So you can utilize, even if they're not covered under your health insurance, you can still use your flex money to pay for expenses for them. Medical flex is interesting in the fact that the dollars that you contribute are available right up front. So if you elect $2,000 for Flex in 2024, that $2,000 is available to you on January 1st. You will have access to it. So if you came across an unexpected high medical cost and you did Flex, you could access those funds. It would just continue to come out of your paycheck. So that is something unique about a medical flex. Then you have dependent care. So dependent care flexible spending is $5,000 that you're able to contribute per family. And that is for daycare, before and after school programs, day camps, those sorts of things for anybody, any child under the age of 13. Or if you have a household member who is above age but a federal tax dependent, they're unable to care for themselves, then you can utilize flex funds for them as well. The one difference between medical and dependent care flex, so dependent care flex, you can only be reimbursed what has been taken from your paycheck. So it's not available right up front. It's only available as it has been taken from your check. And then we have a commuter benefit. So a commuter flexible spending, that would be for our library associates, those anybody downtown who has to pay for parking. Fortunately, a lot of us don't, but anybody who does has the option for commuter benefits. So a flexible spending account that is for parking costs. All of the flexible spending is taken out pre-tax, so it reduces your taxable income. And once you elect your Flex account for 2024, you cannot change it or make changes. There's very specific reasons that you can. So make sure you don't overestimate what you would put into your Flex account. You want to make sure that it's no more than what you have um, to spend. One thing with the Flex, though, is there is a grace period. So you will have 2.5 months after the plan year ends to utilize those funds to continue to incur claims to utilize those funds for. Once that 2.5 months is over, anything you have not used will be forfeited. It will go back to the plan. Um, Claims all need to be submitted at the end of 3 months. So you have until 2.5 months. So, for example, for a calendar year, it's March 15th that you can incur claims, but they all have to be submitted by March 31st to be able to have those refunded or reimbursed to you. So finally, we'll talk employee assistance program. And I mentioned this because we don't talk a lot about it. It is something you don't enroll in. The city pays 100%. So it is something there for all of our employees and all of our employees' dependents. So employee assistance typically people relate that with counseling. So it does provide confidential assistance, not only counseling, but there's legal, financial services or issues that they can provide help with. But the counseling's the biggest part. And what that does is it provides you with 5 sessions to utilize per year. So if you want to go in or you have a dependent who needs to maybe talk to somebody, you can do that through our EAP. And each person has those 5 sessions. Um, Continuum is our provider, and they are located in Lincoln. So you're able to give them a call. You can also stop by their offices. All you have to do is tell them that you're a City of Lincoln employee, and they will know what to do at that point. All of that is completely confidential. So the city doesn't get any information on who goes there or why anybody is there or what people are visiting for. That is completely confidential, and so nothing is um, sent to or told. The city isn't told anything. There are a couple things with the employee assistance program. So if you are to utilize the program and it's for yourself and it happens to be during the day, you would have to utilize sick time or vacation time, your paid time to go to an appointment. So it would be no different than a doctor's appointment. If it is something that you have been requested to go, we do have EAP referrals, is what they're called. So if you have a manager who feels that maybe there's a good reason for you to maybe see somebody at Continuum, those sorts of referrals would be allowed to be on work time. Sometimes the EAP will bring in people for group sessions if something happens in the workplace. So that would be also on your time. The EAP is something that's really great, or on work time, I'm sorry. The EAP is really great because all of our employees have it, regardless of whether they're benefits or benefits eligible. All of our employees have the EAP. So if you know somebody even that, struggling, then you can also suggest the AP to them. Say, hey, don't forget we have our employee assistance program that provides sessions because it may, spark a reminder that this is a benefit I have. So definitely something to remember. So next steps, what you get to do next is you can enroll through Oracle, so that's no different than what it's been in the past. We ask when you get in there that you review your current benefit elections and that you do verify your personal information. So if anything's changed, like your address, then you can update that there. So review current benefits. If you do not have to go through and elect new benefits or elect what you currently have, repeat, that does roll over. If it looks good, you can submit it. If you have flexible spending, though, you do have to make an election for flexible spending every year. So that will need to be entered into Oracle, that new amount that you want to contribute. As far as dependents, so you are able to enroll your legal spouse and then dependent children up to age 26. That could be with the medical, even if they're married, you can cover them up to age 26. For dental and vision, it's unmarried dependent children, and same with the voluntary life. To be eligible, you have to be working 30 hours a week or more to participate. And talked a little bit about how this is for your 2024 benefits. So it's really important during open enrollment to make sure you elect the benefits you want because these will be your benefits for 2024. The only time you're ever able to make changes is if you experience one of these events, these qualified changes, then you would be able to make adjustments to your benefits. But beyond outside of one of these, then there are no changes throughout the year in your benefits. You will have what you elect during this open enrollment period. So that is just something to consider when you are making your benefit elections. So open enrollment, as I said, October 25th, Wednesday, and it runs for 2 weeks. So it closes November 7th. Um, you can go into Oracle, you can enroll, and it'll take you through the process. If you have Flex, make sure you enter the Flex. If you do enroll and a couple days later before it closes, you decide you need to make a change, you are able to go in and make a change anytime during that open enrollment period. And they're just going to take the most recent elections that you had. So if you have any questions, just let us know. We have an email address, hrbenefits@lincoln.ne.gov, or we have a phone number that you can call. Feel free to reach out to us with questions that you have. The enrollment guide is out on the internet, so that is available to everybody as well. But definitely reach out if you have questions. So I appreciate everyone attending and have a wonderful day.